Bit of a frosty start to the morning. I'm back at the same field again, but I decided to set up along a different hedge. The sun's still behind me, so the hide's in shadow and that, and I'm going to set out a few decoys. You'll notice the straw still hasn't been built yet, and it's a lot, well, it's got beaten down with the bad weather, the rain and the wind we've been having, so the farmer's back to square one again. He'll have to shake the whole field up, let it dry out for a day or so, put it up into rows and then try and bale it. So the weather for barley, straw and hay this year hasn't been very good at all. Again, once the decoys are out, I get the gear into the hide. It's not long before the birds start to arrive. This one's sitting about 25 yards away. Again, I'm using the Weihrauch HW97 M177 using Bisley Magnums. Take him in the back of the head. This bird's well to my right hand side. He's that far round, I've only about managed to get him in the picture of the camera. I'm having a wee bit of difficulty getting myself into a comfortable shooting position. He's about 20 yards away. The reason I've set up in this far hedge, I've been trying to get away from them tall trees, hoping that the birds will actually land among the decoys first. But this wee field has got trees all the way around it, so the birds seem to enjoy sitting in them before they come down into the decoy pattern. And since it's a small property, I can't really get a shot at the birds in the trees without the pellet leaving the property, which technically is against the law now, but so that's why I'm trying to decoy them to the ground instead of a city tree. This is a young bird. You can see he has no white marks on the side of his neck, and he's a lot duller a colour. His bill's a grey colour instead of an orangey red. And I managed to take him nicely with another shot to the side of the head, just behind the eye. This bird's landed about 20 yards to my left, no sorry, right. But I just missed him. I've got a magpie sitting out in front of me here about 20 yards away, but he's sitting in behind that straw and he's not giving me much of an opportunity. And I just miss him. These couple of birds come straight down into the decoy pattern, just as lovely as you like. I line up in this bird, take careful aim, and miss him, drilling another hole in another decoy. Don't know what happened there. That's another bird. Just because they land doesn't mean you always get a shot at them. A lot of them are landing in the trees just above my head and then flitting down into the decoy pattern. This boy's a bit of a Romeo by the looks of it. He's making advances to one of my decoys, but I managed to get the gun lined onto him. He's not quite sure if he's going to stay or not. He's very nervous looking. I managed to get a shot off but totally miss him, which I'm not very happy about, as I've missed quite a few today. But whether he's still in a Romeo mood or the air rifle's a lot quieter than you realise, he decides to land again. So I slowly get the rifle cocked and load it again. I'm back on aim. He's still sitting a good 20 to 25 yards away. I'm not sure if he's watching me or whether he's watching the decoys, but he does stick around long enough for me to get another shot, which I take with a headshot. I've got another 2 birds landed here. I'm sure anybody who does a lot of pigeon shooting with shotguns is probably sitting here very frustrated. Why didn't you bring a 12 gauge? Well, I enjoy shooting with an air rifle. Not to say I haven't fired the odd shot with a 12 gauge at crows and so forth, but I enjoy it when I can knock a wood pigeon off at 25 yards with a headshot. Now this bird obviously isn't a wood pigeon. No white bars on the side of his neck or on the side of the wings, and you can tell by them black marks on his back he's probably a racing bird or a feral pigeon. I can't see if there's any rings on him or not, but I leave him well alone. There's a lot more than the wood pigeons and the crows benefit from the barley field being cut. There's droves of these little hedgerow birds and songbirds feeding away, looking for grass seeds, insects and so forth. And they actually come very close to the hide at times. Well, just the 5 birds in the bag today, and a lot of embarrassing misses, but at least I got out for a spell.